Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, hosting Cruz, and guys. Well, now that the Ducks have left the building, and the Ducks, I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez and Elvis Rodriguez. Now the ducking has been cleared out. It seems to me, based on the IBF, that the IBF now has ordered a fight, a title eliminator between Subriel Matias versus Gabriel Valenzuela out of Mexico. So it's another beautiful chapter in the long storied rivalry between Mexican and Puerto Rican fighters. And this one has the recipes to be a really good, solid fight with pretty good action because Gabriel, 30 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 17 KOs. He's actually ranked underneath Matias, like right underneath. Matias and Gabriel are 1 and 2 in the IBF. Why? Because Catterall and Barbosa, they are ranked above both fighters, but Catterall and Barbosa are going to be fighting for the for the WBO interim title. So that automatically makes Subriel number 1 and Gabriel number 2 as the 2 best fighters in the IBF rankings in terms of contenders because Hitchens is the champ. The winner of this fight becomes the mandatory for the current IBF champion Richardson Hitchens, who recently defeated Liam Paro by unanimous decision in a pretty good performance. After the back-to-back ducking by Teofimo and Elvis Rodriguez yesterday, we were all, as Matias fans, for those who are Matias fans, were wondering, okay, what the hell is going to happen now? Because we all thought that, okay, if Teo backs out, Elvis steps in. That was going to be the plan B. But Elvis also backed out. So, and Matias has been down this road before. Opponents declining the fight, not taking the fight, things like that, having Matias to wait on the sidelines months. That's why many of his training camps in Jiquipilco, Mexico, with Panda, he stayed over there for months because fights kept falling off and all that stuff. But he's home now, which is a good thing. Doesn't have to worry about that. He's home with his family and all that good stuff. Now, the IBF today, which is the news out there, has ordered Matias versus Gabriel to fight in a title eliminator. The winner will fight Richardson Hitchens for the IBF title. Now, this is a pretty good fight. Gabriel can box, he can punch, he's tall, he's rangy. He's as tall as El Rifle Ramirez, Matias' last opponent, who Matias stopped in 2 rounds. But Gabriel is no Rifle, and Rifle is no Gabriel. Gabriel is a much better fighter than Rifle. He's a better caliber fighter. Gabriel has fought Montana Love, gave Montana Love all he can handle. I don't know if you remember this fight between Montana Love and an Australian named Steve Spark, where Montana Love was getting frustrated. Steve Spark was getting to him, and Montana Love shoved Steve Spark over the top rope. And that gave Steve Spark a win over Montana Love. I think Montana Love got DQ'd. Gabriel beat him, Steve Spark. And like I said, Gabriel fought Montana Love and gave him all he could handle. A pretty good fight, even though he lost to Love. Hasn't lost since. Gabriel has been like on a 6-5 win streak. He has a pretty good record, like I said, 30-3, 17 KOs. This is a good fight. Gabriel can not only box and punch, but he can also mix it up which makes for a fan-friendly fight because he's Mexican, he comes forward, typical Mexican. And then you got Subriel, who fights Mexican, comes forward, and we all know how he does it. Tap, 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 boom, a barrage of punches, right uppercut, left hook, arm punches, and just underrated hand speed. I mean, his output is ridiculous, 80 punches per round. And then I'm talking about Matias the fought Paro. I don't know what Matias was that. I'm talking about before, and more than likely, Gabriel will be stepping into the ring with the Matias before Paro fight, which is the human wrecking ball that has been destroying opponents after opponents, and even in the rematch with Ananya, destroying him and avenging that loss. So here we are now in this pretty good fight, and I've said this before in one of my videos that Gabriel Valenzuela is a good choice for Matias. Also, he's highly ranked. Um, and I think I've spoke about Gabriel versus Matias before. That there were news out there. I don't know if it was true or not. That Gabriel did not want to sign the contract. Gabriel was originally supposed to be the opponent for Matias's comeback fight after Paro, not El Rifle Ramirez. Gabriel was supposed to be the original opponent. But for some reason, the fight never happened. And people were saying that Gabriel backed off because he didn't want to sign the contract. So I don't know if that was true or not. A lot more people are saying it's true than no. So maybe Gabriel didn't want to sign the contract for whatever reason back then. Now, I don't know. I don't know. I just came off his social media page and he's on fire. He put a fire emoji with a trophy. Seems, you know, seems to me like he's ready and he wants this fight, which is good news. He's not backing down. He wants this. I mean, the IBF ordered it, but like Elvis and Theo, they all can find an excuse. But Gabriel, he comes to fight. He's a fighter. He's a Mexican. He's not gonna back down, and he's like Liam Paro. He's gonna accept the Matias fight. He's not scared of him, and yeah. So yeah, I just came off his social media page, and he's got it all over his Instagram story, showing how excited he is for this opportunity. So I think these guys have until I forgot the date to accept the mandatory to accept this eliminator fight, per bid or something. I don't know, but I think this fight's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's not official because the IBF recently just ordered the fight to happen. So, but based on what I'm seeing, this fight is gonna happen next. It's gonna happen next. Now that Teofimo and Elvis are out of the way, the Ducks. Now we got a real fighter stepping in to fight Subriel, and it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. And for Matias fans, man, I'm here. I'm thinking about this. I've been thinking about this. What if Matias? Think about it. What if Matias was to beat Gabriel, right? Get that title shot against Hitchens, defeat Hitchens, and then defend against Paro again because he said he will give Paro an opportunity, title or no title. He said that if he was to become champion, he will give Paro the opportunity for the title just to avenge his loss. That's how much Matias wants to avenge his loss. He will give Paro the opportunity, regardless if he beat me already. So what I'm saying is after Hitchens, he beat Hitchens, defends against Paro, and he's able to stop Paro. That will be like a dream come true for any Subriel Matias fan, for all Subriel Matias fans. That'll be Cotto Tito type of stuff. Like what a dream. Beat Gabriel, beat Hitchens for his belt, and then avenge his loss to Paro. Amazing. But first, step by step, Gabriel's first. What an amazing story if he can write it, if Subriel can write that. Uh, but yeah, I just want to come on here and talk to you guys about this, man. Matias versus Gabriel. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. IBF title eliminator. Winner becomes mandatory to Richardson Hitchinson's IBF title. Likely this fight will take place in March. We don't know when. I think it's gonna take place in Puerto Rico. Um, if so, I'll be there in person, live and direct. Like always, for every Matias fight. Um, this will be my third Matias fight straight back to back to back. You know, if it happens in Puerto Rico. But yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. I'm excited. I can't wait for these two guys to sign the contract. And yeah, good news, man. Good news. Matias has opponent, man, and is 99.9%. It's gonna be Gabriel Valenzuela, uh, out of Mexico. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Jose Cruz. Let me know what you guys think in my comment section below about who do you got and who do you got, and what do you think about Subriel, Gabriel fighting each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.